The Manchester United versus Arsenal rivalry is more than just a footballing contest. It defined an era of the Premier League, embodying passion, controversy, tactical battles, and legendary figures. Between 1996 and 2005, these two clubs dominated English football, producing some of the most unforgettable moments in the league's history. The birth of a Premier League rivalry. Before the Premier League era, United and Arsenal had a history of heated encounters, but the true rivalry began when Arsene Wenger arrived at Arsenal in 1996. Up until then, United had been the dominant force, with Sir Alex Ferguson establishing a dynasty built on a mix of youth and experience. However, Wenger revolutionized Arsenal with innovative training methods, a new style of play and foreign talent, quickly turning them into genuine title contenders. Suddenly, Ferguson had a real challenger, and the rivalry exploded. 1997 to 98, Arsenal's arrival as a title rival. Wenger's first full season saw Arsenal overcome a 12-point deficit to Manchester United, clinching the Premier League title at Old Trafford in May 1998, before completing the domestic double by winning the FA Cup. This was a seismic moment. Arsenal had proven they could go toe-to-toe with United, and the battle for English football supremacy had begun. The golden years, late 1990s to mid-2000s. Between 1997 and 2004, every Premier League title, except one in 1994-95, was won by either Manchester United or Arsenal. Their matches became more than just football. They were psychological wars, filled with aggression, mind games and drama. Key matches and moments. 1. 1999 FA Cup semi-final replay. That Giggs goal. Arguably the greatest FA Cup match ever, this game had everything. Arsenal seemed to be heading to the final until Peter Schmeichel saved a last-minute penalty from Dennis Bergkamp. Then, in extra time, Ryan Giggs picked up the ball in his own half, weaved past 4 Arsenal defenders and scored an unforgettable solo goal, running off with his shirt in celebration. United went on to win the treble that season, and this goal became symbolic of their never-say-die attitude. Matchstart 2, the Battle of Old Trafford, 2003, the Ruud Keane incident. In September 2003, one of the most infamous clashes in Premier League history unfolded. The game ended 0-0, but the drama came late. Arsenal captain Patrick Vieira was sent off after clashing with Ruud van Nistelrooy. In stoppage time, United won a penalty, but Van Nistelrooy missed, sparking wild celebrations from Arsenal players, particularly Martin Keown, who jumped in Van Nistelrooy's face. The aftermath led to multiple suspensions and fines, with Arsenal becoming known as the Invincibles that season, going unbeaten in the league. 3. The Invincibles era and the end of 49-game unbeaten streak, 2004-05. Arsenal's legendary 2003-04 seasons, in which they went undefeated to win the league, saw them dominate English football. However, the cracks in their dominance showed when they faced United again in October 2004. A controversial penalty won by Wayne Rooney helped United secure a 2-0 win, ending Arsenal's record-breaking 49-game unbeaten run. The match was full of fouls, tension and fights, including an alleged incident where Cesc Fabregas threw pizza at Sir Alex Ferguson in the tunnel, later dubbed Pizzagate. The tunnel bust-up, Keane versus Vieira, 2005. One of the most iconic pre-match moments in football history took place in the Highbury Tunnel in February 2005. Roy Keane and Patrick Vieira had already had countless on-field battles, but this time they clashed before kick-off. Vieira had allegedly tried to intimidate Gary Neville, prompting Keane to explode with rage, shouting, "We'll see you out there! Every f***ing week Neville takes it, and you lot think you're big men." United won 4-2, with Cristiano Ronaldo emerging as a new star in the rivalry. The decline of the rivalry. By 2005, the rivalry had begun to fade. Arsenal, struggling with financial constraints from their move to the Emirates Stadium, failed to keep up with United's consistency. Meanwhile, Chelsea, under Jose Mourinho, and later Manchester City, emerged as new challengers. Wenger's Arsenal stopped winning league titles after 2004. United, still dominant under Ferguson, shifted their main rivalries toward Chelsea and later City. Though Arsenal and United still had memorable encounters, the fierce title-deciding battles of the early 2000s were over. Legacy of the rivalry. Ferguson versus Wenger, a legendary duel. Their managerial battle was one of the greatest in football history. While initially bitter enemies, over time, Ferguson and Wenger developed mutual respect. In Wenger's final visit to Old Trafford in 2018, Ferguson presented him with a commemorative trophy, symbolising the end of an era. 2. The players who defined the rivalry. Manchester United: Roy Keane, Ryan Giggs, Ruud van Nistelrooy, Eric Cantona, Wayne Rooney, Cristiano Ronaldo. Arsenal: Patrick Vieira, Thierry Henry, Dennis Bergkamp, Tony Adams, Cesc Fabregas. A rivalry that shaped the Premier League. United versus Arsenal made the Premier League globally famous, with its combination of skill, aggression, and drama. It produced some of the greatest goals, fights, and tactical battles in English football history. Even though Arsenal hasn't been a consistent title challenger in recent years, the rivalry remains deeply ingrained in football culture. Final thoughts. The Manchester United versus Arsenal rivalry defined the Premier League's golden era. While it no longer holds the same significance in the title race, the memories of Giggs' goal, Vieira versus Keane, Pizzagate, and the Battle of Old Trafford will forever be part of football folklore.